Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode, we will be taking a look at a really cool Russlock made for Carhartt by Case, so stay tuned. I've really been enjoying reviewing Case knives. Number one, they're made in the USA and been made in the USA for a very long time. And I came across this one at a local store. It's sort of a surplus slash Boy Scout supply and military, supply kind of store. And there's the box. I was really surprised. They didn't normally carry these type of things. I guess they've gotten them in recently. And when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I got to get this and review it. It's really, really cool. So this is a Russlock, and it is item number 36324. So let's take a close look. Again, very excited about reviewing this. There's the made in the USA, and even though it says Carhartt, you could see somewhere on this box it does say that it is produced, there you are, by Case & Son. So let's go ahead and open this up. Oops, there's a knife. There's the paperwork. We don't care about the paperwork, we just care about the knife. So there's two things that really stand out about this knife that, again, got me excited, just had to do the purchase. Number one is it's not too many Case knives, or there are not too many, that have a clip on them and a piece of my hair. But has a clip on there, and it's not a very strong clip, but it'll work. And as far as concealed carry, you got a lot sticking out, including this here, and this is I guess the thing that makes this a Russlock. So what this enables you to do is to open this knife one-handed. Now the trick is you have to sort of help it along the whole way. So you sort of push it out and then just, just sweep your thumb over. It's not going to flick out or do something like a quick tactical style blade, figure quotes. So that's how that works. Now this is the Carhartt version. There are other Case knives, not rebranded for Carhartt, that are shiny and everything, but they don't have the clip on them, but they have the highly polished clip point blade and polished bolsters. Now this has brushed bolsters, so this is kind of neat because this is sort of halfway between a classic looking knife and a tactical, because nothing on here is really highly reflective. Everything is brushed metal, which is really cool. The bolsters are kind of unique for this Carhartt version. They call this the Lazy Duck bolster. Right there, you can see how it sort of has a neat little bend in it, where most bolsters are straight across. Now the Russlock, that's something that's sort of exclusive. Well, it might not be exclusive, but it was brought to us by Case Knives originally. It was the Russlock was named after Case founder J. Russell, so they called it Russ, a long time ago, and they sort of tacked this feature onto one of their jackknives, and made something really cool. Now another thing that I was very excited about is this has a liner lock. See that right there? So this is a locking blade. Now this is not like the really fine-tuned liner locks that you would find on your tactical, your black tactical G10 knives, but it's sort of more of an old school liner, the kind that you would find on those old electrician's knives. And you can see how that sticks out, and you just sort of push it over just like that to fold. But it works. It's very functional, but it's just very, very classic looking. So I'd like to go ahead and go down the specs really quick. And let's start off with the type of knife it is. It's a folding knife. And its purpose in life is to be sort of a everyday carry kind of knife. And this, I really think this is an excellent everyday carry. If you don't want to, if you work someplace where people get excited about big black tactical knives, people get scared. um, 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 um. This is a good alternative, something that will put people's minds at ease around you, and yet you still have a pretty good, sizable blade right here in this very classic looking package. By the way, the blade is, look at that, almost well, let's go from the shoulder. The workable part of this blade is about 2.5 inches right there, or actually it's under 2.5, but you can see right there. Overall, if I brought this all the way back to the handle, it's approaching 2 3/4. So it's a blade, a knife, or blade size that's pretty good for everyday tasks. Let's go ahead and take a look at the markings on the blade right there. You can see it says SS. That's the true sharp stainless steel that Case is known for. It's similar to 420HC. Now these scales, because this is sort of a antique version of, or it's a modern version of an antique kind of look, this is not bone. This is something synthetic. It's a rugged synthetic handle that's jigged and double dyed to give it this bone kind of look, but it's not. It's a synthetic type of blade that's meant to put up with a lot. So really nice. You can see it has the Carhartt shield in there, and it's really sunken in really nice. It's not sticking out at all, which I really like. So that should stay in there really good. The pins and everything are stainless steel. They're not brass. So I really like the look of this. It's sort of like half and half modern and half old school. The weight is pretty good. It's about 3 ounces, give or take. And overall length when it's closed is a nice package. It's 4 1/4 inches. So let's see how sharp this thing is. I'm going to go ahead and pop this out and take a look. And of course, most Case knives are very sharp. This one happens to be a little bit rough, actually. Whoops. So, but I mean, it feels pretty sharp. I'll tell you, one of the things about some of the Case knives is it's almost like it has a micro serration. I don't know if I could get this in really close, or at least, there you go. You can see the way that this edge is ground. It's almost like a micro serration, so it feels very, very sharp. I know the paper cut test didn't do it justice. It's not going to push cut, but it will definitely cut through paper pretty good. So it comes pretty sharp. The handle material, I did say it was synthetic. It is specifically a DuPont product called Delrin. That's Delrin, for those of you who like to know all the specifics. Another nice thing is there's some jimping right here on the top of that Russlock thing going on, which is kind of nice. Now, for the downsides to this is this liner lock, this old school liner lock does stick out. So when you're holding it, that sort of jams into your finger. So you got to sort of hold it back here, but then the handle's not fitting in your hand very well. So it does feel a little awkward, but I usually hold my knives like this anyway, so it feels okay holding it like that. But if you're holding it like this, that liner right there, that liner lock, just feels a little awkward. As far as play, there is no up and down play. No, well, yeah, there is a little side to side play, just a teeny bit, which is usually expected for these type of knives. There is a little bit. Another thing that I'm not too much a fan of is that the liner is all the way over with no room to wear, as you can see there. So, you know, let's see. The clip, again, a little weak, a little bit on the weak side. It is screwed on there with some Torx screws. and you can't put it on the other side. So where it is where it is. Can't move it. So overall, really good everyday carry. You got that nice case quality. There are, the couple of things that I'm not a fan of as far as I just went over. So we'll be right back with a rating. To be honest, if this didn't have the problems that I just stated as far as the blade play and the liner lock already being all the way over, I would be giving this a 10 out of 10. Everything else is very tight, very well made. Unfortunately, this particular example has these very slight things that bug the crap out of me. So I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. If you get a hold of an example that doesn't have the blade play and the liner lock has some room to wear, 10 out of 10. Highly, highly recommended. Look at that, just so cool looking. It almost looks like some sort of animal with its feathers back, sort of like a certain bird. Really cool clip point blade there. I'm not sure if I had said what type of blade it is, but that is a clip point. You can see it has a false wedge on the top, but it's not sharp up there. So definitely good penetrator, good slicer. Just really, really nice. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and you, and I hope you have a great evening. Take care. Bye.